Welcome back to Rudy's 1/6 World for another First Thoughts video. This time we'll be taking a look at a really intriguing announcement by Present Toys, that being the characters from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Present Toys has had some intriguing figures in the past, but these hit a really nostalgic note for me. They announced all three characters at once from the famous Clint Eastwood spaghetti western and part of the Man with No Name trilogy. Now, I was introduced to these characters in movies watching with my dad. Unfortunately, when I was younger, I didn't really appreciate the movies and actually found them a bit boring, to be honest. But as I kept rewatching and as I got older, I really started to enjoy them and realize how good they actually were and how they really defined the genre for Western movies. So for me, the Man with No Name trilogy was a really great kickstart into my love for movies, and obviously it was a great shared experience with my dad. Now for this video, I'm actually going to cover all three announcements at once since the characters are so integrally connected. For those of you not familiar with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, it's not a complex story and basically revolves around three gunslingers in the Old West who are searching for $200,000 worth of hidden gold. So simple story, but it's executed really well and it has some great characters. The first figure is based on the anti-hero of the series, Mr. Clint Eastwood himself, the Man with No Name, or Blondie as he's referred to in the movie, and he represents the good. Second figure is based on Lee Van Cleef's character, known as Angel Eyes, who's the bad, and the final figure is based on Eli Wallach's character, who played Tuco, or the Ugly in the movie. So let's start with the accessories, and I'll cover all three figures at once. Both Blondie and Angel Eyes come with a figure stand, swappable hands, 2 revolvers, 2 rifles. Blondie does come with a saddlebag that drapes over his shoulders and a cigar that can be placed in his mouth. And the cigar is a really nice feature and has some nice detailing and paint applications where the cigar tip actually looks like it's lit. So really impressive right there. Angel Eyes comes with a pipe, which is also pretty screen accurate. Finally, Tuco comes with a stand, swappable hands as well, a cut noose that goes around his head, some dynamite, a rifle, and his makeshift revolver, including the rope that he ties since he doesn't have a holster. And finally, he comes with a bag that's been opened to reveal the treasure inside. I do like that for Tuco, all of the accessories are very scene-specific, like the noose and the treasure bag, and they're from key scenes, so it's a nice touch by Present Toys. Now, focusing on the clothing. Wow. I'm impressed, and I hope that what we're seeing here translates to the production version of the figures. I mean, first of all, the clothing is screen accurate, and it's really nicely tailored. With the jackets, the vests, the ponchos, I like the material on Blondie's vest as it just looks good on the character, and the cut of his shirt looks good. And if you look at the gun belts too, Blondie's holsters, it's a nice tan color. I don't think it's screen accurate, to be honest, but it's got great stitching around the buckle and the edges. But the one thing that really impressed me with the belt buckles, the gun belt comes with Angel Eyes. The gun belt has some really great stitching as well, but the detailing showing the bullets in the little sleeves on the belt, really impressive. He also has a gold watch and a chain that is hanging from his shirt and his vest and really looks nicely detailed. I'm curious if the watch is on an actual metal chain, would be a nice feature. And I like his boots too. Blondie's boots are all scuffed up with the spurs attached, and Angel Eyes has the really clean high boots with nicely detailed silver spurs. So just a really nice package. Tuco's clothing also looks screen accurate with the tweed jacket. The only thing with him is that in the movie he's a hot mess, and I think his clothing is much more disheveled than it looks here. So if I had one criticism on the outfit, that would be it. I do wish the hats on Blondie and Angel Eyes were fabric, but they look good, so I can't complain. Also notice that the hands for Angel Eyes are a little bit wrong. If you watch the movie during the pivotal final duel scene, you can actually see that his middle finger on his right hand has a stubbed finger with the tip cut off. It's just one scene, right? It just stuck with me, so not a big deal, but just something distinctive that I remember that they didn't get right. Also, Tuco's hands, he has rings on his hands that aren't captured in the figure. Again, small details, just something to notice. And now finally turning to the face sculpts. And let's start with Blondie, Clint Eastwood himself. I think it's a really strong sculpt. I mean, to me it looks like Clint Eastwood. There are 2 other versions of the character that are being released. One is a licensed version by Sideshow, and another is another third-party company, Sneak Toys, I believe. I personally think this is the strongest sculpt of the 3, but that's just me, so feel free to tell me that if I'm wrong or not. I do like the paint apps on the face. They're excellent. The texturing, the stubble on the facial hair, the wrinkles on the face are all really well done. Same with the hair for the sculpt that doesn't have the hat on. And the eyes look great too, with that classic Clint Eastwood squint. I do think Angel Eyes has the best sculpt of the trio, without a doubt. It's funny, but I actually realized looking at the pictures that he doesn't have any pictures without the hat on. So I'm thinking it might be permanently affixed to the sculpt, which is a shame. I don't think I would display the figure without the hat, so it's not a big deal breaker, but just something to note again. And it's clearly Lee Van Cleef. And they even got the 5 o'clock shadow around his jawline right. So overall, great effort from Present Toys on this one. And finally, Tuco. It's a good sculpt, but clearly the weakest of the set. It's really well done, with the paint application being top notch again, and the great texturing around his beard and mustache. I also do like that they gave the figure the smirk, which is very, if you watch the movie, it's very accurate to the character. And it does reveal his gold tooth. So great sculpt, just that I think the likeness isn't fully there. It's close, but just compared to the other two figures, it's not as good. So overall thoughts, this is a bit of an unexpected announcement, right? And off the bat, if you hadn't gathered, I'm really impressed. First of all, I like that they announced all 3 figures at once. For movies where you have such critical characters, I hate investing in the line only to find it not to be completed. So this announcement eliminates any concern about that. So only other thought, I've never purchased figures from Present Toys, so these would be my first. So if any of you have, and you have any thoughts on the quality or comparisons between the production pieces versus the promo counterparts, let me know. I'd be very curious to know what I'm in for. For me, these look amazing. Honestly, with the exception of Tuco, who's still great, but just the weakest of the set, they're all impressive releases. Now, I do know these figures are based on much older movies. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was released in 1966, I believe, so it's 56 years old. Not sure how popular they're going to be or how interested people will be with them, but for me, they're must-gets. Not just because they look good, but as I mentioned at the start of the video, the characters really were my introduction to movies as a whole, and really enjoying kind of just film in general. And as a result, it's what got me into this hobby. So there's a huge nostalgic factor here. So I've already pre-ordered these. They were all day one pre-orders. I ordered the set, so I'll do an unboxing or a showcase once I get them at some point. And the price isn't bad at all. Blondie was the most expensive, coming in at $170, and both Angel Eyes and Tuco came in at around $155. So I do think that it's a great deal. I don't know, I guess I'll do showcases as they come in, but that's it. What are your thoughts on these? Are you even remotely interested in this kind of property? I know that the Western genre has kind of fallen out of favor recently, so maybe I'm the only one that's excited about these. But just let me know your thoughts, and again, I'm excited, very excited for these, and it was a very surprise announcement for me. Anyway, if you like the content and are enjoying some of these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll touch base on the next video.